a team scores when one of the opposition is yellow carded is around about 5 points. So Norton have already scored 3 straight away from the off, and we've got virtually another 10 minutes of him being off the pitch at the start of the second half. So if Norton can get stuck into them early on and get some more points on the board, another 3 or maybe even a try, then we could well see a significant win by Norton here, which would be a really good victory. I honestly don't see that we're going to see many tries scored here. So bonus points are going to be difficult to get. If you score 4 tries or more, you get a bonus point. That's not going to happen. But just a win would give you 4 points, and if they can win by more than 7, then Chew Valley won't get a bonus point. So, it'd be a 4-0, and remember, Norton are only behind Chew Valley by 8. So the last game of the season could sort that out.
Yeah, this game, the quality of the rugby on display here, which is completely determined by the weather, it has to be said, it belies the form that these two sides have shown this season. Norton and Chew. Norton starting the season in incredibly impressive style. I think they won their first 10, if it wasn't 11, including cup games of the season. Chew have been consistently good throughout, and as Andy has said, have beaten Norton twice already this season. But on a day like today, Alan, this reminds me of the day when Scotland beat South Africa, because actually when the conditions are this bad, we expect a low-scoring, tight game, which really it's a great leveller, isn't it, for any of the skill or ability that might be in one side or another.
Of course it is, absolutely. But you have to give credit to both teams. They're trying their utmost to make this a really good game of rugby in extreme conditions, and we can look forward, I think, to an exciting and a 10-second half.
Which Norton are just about to get underway. Of course, the fact that there's a bottle of Sainsbury's champagne on offer to today's man of the match might have something to do with the reason why they're giving us such a wonderful, putting in so much effort. Although if that kick-off was anything to go by, that was hopeless. And Norton have conceded immediately a scrummage on the halfway line.
I don't know if the wind is favouring Chew Valley in this half, but we did see with a couple of kick-offs in the first half coming in this direction, it was very difficult just to make the 10 metres. So, from a Chew perspective, if they can get the ball deep down into the Midsomer Norton half, then they can try and put some real pressure on themselves. Substitute coming on here in the front row, number 20. Not quite sure who it is.
No, I don't think we haven't got substitutes.
In fact, they made 2 substitutions. The winger, the right winger's come off, so sub is on for him. So Chew taking a bit of a gamble here. They're only losing by 4 points. Well, the second half is going to be a long old match. They've already used 2 of their subs.
Yeah, but it may be connected to the player that went off and is yellow carded. If they had to have somebody in the front row, then that might be the reason for one of the changes. Possibly, anyway, time will tell.
Yeah, if it's going to be a long second half for Chew, it's going to be even longer for us here in the commentary position, as my trousers have...
I thought you were going to say commentary box then, but it's not, is it?
We don't even get one of them to stand on. Anyway, as a line-out taken by Chew Valley slowly moving the ball into trying to move it more centrally away from the touchline. Norton actually emerged with it. That's Denning, the captain, who's got the ball, but he's on the ground now, and Norton have got it away. They've got to go forward going here. They're in the centre of the pitch. There's a good bit of momentum here. Moon will be looking for some quick ball. No, and the ref's bringing it back, so...
Penalty to Norton. The referee allowed advantage for as long as possible. I am told that the referee today is an exceptionally good referee. Both teams apparently were pleased with his appointment. This is a key match. The league know that, and I think they've picked one of their best men to do the match. So, and the referee is Chris Newton, and so far he's refereed it very, very competently. There's been no messing around, and he's allowed advantage where possible. And Norton have now kicked the ball virtually onto the Chew 22, so have an attacking position and have the line out. So Norton in a good position now.
Yeah, we're Chew right with both teams right in front of us. Actually, here we're seeing the forwards line up. completely covered in mud. This is the way that rugby should be. And Norton win that line out in the air. It was a good line out take. The ball's out the back, and Moon struggling to pick it up cleanly there because the Norton players were moving backwards, and he's knocked it on and relieved the pressure there.
You could just see kind of the conditions coming into play. That was a great line out, good take in the line. As soon as you try and get the ball down and back to your scrum half, you got problems. It's either sticking in the mud or it's bouncing off a hand. Really difficult. We can't emphasise this enough. Horrific conditions at players. They're really making a good go of it, but very difficult to do the basics here, I think. But scrum down and Chew Valley ball just outside their 22, about 5 metres in from the touchline, and we'll see what Chew can do with this.
So Chew have got the put in. I think his hand's very cold, so he's trying to warm it up.
Well, it's just fascinating watching the players. They're all jumping around, bobbing around, rubbing their hands. Even the scrum half, while he was waiting just to put the ball in, was rubbing his hands. That's how cold it is. And it gives you a real idea. And he's just jigging around in front of us now as the forwards go down. You can probably hear them in the background, I would imagine. Crouch, touch and set as the series of commands. Here they go. And it's a Chew ball.
So Chew put it in, but Norton have got a push on. Norton pushing Chew back, but actually Norton are spinning around. They're in danger of spinning around by too much, and they have done, and that's... oh, no, they haven't.
Great scrum by Midsomer Norton. They managed to get the drive, managed to wheel it round. They've turned it right. It's got to be their scrum, attacking scrum, just on the 22-metre line. Now they've got a chance. Put some more points on the board. I think Chew are still down to 14 players. Difficult to tell, but I would imagine they are. So a great opportunity for Midsomer Norton to extend that lead. 9 points to 5, could be more.
Yeah, it would be wishful thinking to think we've had more than 10 minutes of the second half, I think, Alan.
Well, I think we'll be seeking to put it out to the backs on this play. Yes, it's going out. We're being asked for gate money here. we're commentating. And it's in the middle, and nearly broke through there in the middle of the park. We're about 15 metres away from the Chew line, right in the middle of the pitch. And it's a scrum down to Chew, unfortunately, ball knocked forward.
But Norton's still, importantly, playing this game where they want to be, which is in the Chew, deep inside Chew territory. They had, it was an impressive last scrummage, so they'll be looking to do the same, this time in a more central position. Hopefully they'll get off with this one a little bit cleaner than they did the last one, but I mean these conditions really are bad. Anyway, that's taken quickly. Chew pop it out the back quite quickly. The scrum half gets it away, but Norton are putting pressure on the. I don't know if it was the fullback, but anyway, the fullback's managed to kick pretty much the length of the pitch. He's kicked it back to the Norton fullback, who's going to return the favour, but because of the wind, actually, that he was never going to be able to make anywhere near the amount of yards as Chew were able to capitalise on there, and Norton now with some defending to do.
Complete change of fortunes in the scrums there, wasn't it? Chew put it in quickly, I think, struck quickly, got the ball out. Poor pass to the outside half, but he still retrieved it. And then, that relieving kick, that shows you the strength of the wind, I think. 70 metres downfield, and when Norton fielded and kicked it back, they only gained 15, 20 metres. So, very important for Chew. Gets them a bit of a foothold in the Midsomer Norton half.
Just to say, the returning kick by Ben Taylor, he could barely make about 20 yards on it, and yet the Chew man had made about 50 or 60 yards. So it just shows the strength of this wind against Norton now in this second half, with them only 4 points ahead. And the yellow-carded player will be coming on in a few minutes' time to put Chew Valley back to full strength. And here are Chew Valley actually attacking Norton on the Norton 22.
Yeah, Jeffries, the try scorer for Chew. He seems to be a player that Norton are really struggling to bring down. I mean, he's a big chap, and he's having another go again. The Chew number 8. It takes 2 or 3 of them to bring him down every time. But actually, no, Norton have managed to emerge with the ball. A little chip and chase going down on that right flank, but the ball's just gone out of play. So it will go out for a... I think that's going to be a Chew line out, but Norton have managed to relieve the pressure. I didn't see the turnover, Alan. I don't know if you did, but they did well there because I feared the worst.
Absolutely, and it was a crucial turnover, and they made the best use of it. Quick chip and chase, and suddenly you've relieved the danger. You're 30 metres further away. Yes, it's a line out to the opposition, but you're out of the danger area. So great play by Midsomer Norton.
Chew with the line out. They're in a very central position. I'd say this is almost on halfway. They've managed to take that cleanly. And no, they haven't. I think I'm hearing the whistle of the second team game that's going on to the left of us. Anyway, Chew have got the ball. It's a driving maul, or it was until the referee has pulled it back. I think that Chew are going to emerge with this, aren't they? Oh no, they haven't. Norton are. Sorry, Andy, did you see that?
Well, I didn't see it, but it's the referee's awarded a scrum down to Norton. So it's on about the Norton 10-yard line with our put in. So should get possession from this and over the far side of the pitch. If it was me, I'd be kicking it and trying to get the Chew Valley lads to fumble it and gain a lot of ground that way. We'll wait and see.
Were you a back then?
Well, I played my school career at second row and then found contact lenses, and you can wear contact lenses when you play. So then I could play in the backs then because I could actually see the ball. That always helps, doesn't it? So I don't think it says much about forwards though, does it? If you can play in the forwards and not see the ball, that's not very good.
Anyway, struggling to see now. What happened with that scrum, Alan?
Good scrum by Midsomer Norton. Came back to Ben Mooney, tried to make some ground on the blind side, but got swallowed up by the Chew Valley defence. So it's going to be a line-out throw over on the far side of the field to Chew Valley and play us somewhere between the 22 and the halfway line. Not quite sure where at the moment.
Now, in my defence, the game is going on the other side of the pitch. Anyway, the line-out taken there. I think both teams had a chance to grab it, but I think it may well be in with Chew hands. It is Chew. Now we've got an opportunity to come forward off that line-out. Now they're moving ball into the central part of the pitch, but very slippery, difficult conditions. The pass managed to find its man, but Norton have brought them down. But they're trying to. I wondered whether actually they were going to. They look like they've got their personnel out over on the right-hand side. I wondered if they were going to try and find a hole on the left, and it is the left that Norton Chew are probing the Norton defence, the left-hand side of the pitch. But now they switched to go right, but it was a poor pass, and it was just been picked up now by the fullback Brian running back down in probing in that left channel position that Chew were trying to build some pressure on, but they've still got a lot of men out here to the right. Now it's with number 2 Davies who's coming forward. He's brought down by Norton, but Chew do a good job of recycling the ball. A little chip through there by Gatton. Who's going to run onto this? Norton are going to get it out. They've just kicked it into touch because it was being hunted down there.
So this will be a line out to Chew Valley, right, virtually on the Norton line. The referee will probably put it back 5 metres, and this is a very good attacking position for Chew. And does anyone seen sign of the man that was yellow carded? Is he back on the pitch now? Yeah, he should be now. So he should be up to 15 men again, and with 15 men. Just 5 metres from the Norton line. This looks very ominous for Norton, I'm afraid.
Right then. My trousers have never been as wet as they are. I just thought I'd share that with you.
You should always come with over trousers and be fully prepared, like what we are.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's going to be a line out. Deep into Norton territory, claimed well there by Chew as they form up. They're going to start a driving maul, probing the Norton line. I think they've got a very good chance of success here. I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, so it'd be good to see Norton are pushing them into a more central part of the pitch, but they've collapsed. That maul is no longer going forward, so Chew now looking to try and pop it over to the left every time they're coming into a more central part of the pitch off of their right wing. But the Norton defence is stretched, but they still seem to be keeping them out. And now Chew very much celebrating that try. We've got no hope of seeing what was going on down there, but we did see the Chew players pop up, didn't we, Andy?
Well, I have to say that it was fantastic defence by Norton because they resisted Chew for several phases where Chew could have gone over. They did put the tackles in, but it seemed inevitable as long as Chew kept possession that they would actually go over the line, and that's what happened. The unfortunate thing is that they were going across the pitch and they've ended up nearer the post. So this kick is now eminently kickable. It's only a couple of yards to the right of the posts, so I would be amazed if this did not go over. He's got a little bit of a favouring wind, and yes, sure enough, it's straight through the middle of the posts. So that's an extra 7 points to Chew Valley, so making it 12 points to 9 now in Chew Valley's favour. And this is now an uphill struggle for Norton. They're playing into the wind. The conditions are horrendously wet, making handling very difficult. And I think they've made a substitution. I see a substitute coming on the pitch. Yes, they've made a substitution.